I want to settle something that most people get wrong: an investment versus an expense. Hello, my name is Angely. If you don't know me, welcome to my YouTube channel. Today we're gonna debunk an investment versus expenses. Plus, I'm gonna tell you things that I actually spend money on but ended up being an investment, and how can you implement my framework into your life. Most people think investments are only buying crypto, buying real estate, investing in the stock market. We forget about things in our everyday life that are actually investments. And I'm going to give you a simple example. Here in my channel, I have a video: how do I do my hair? For me, doing my hair is an investment. Even though I had to purchase expensive tools, I constantly have to buy expensive hair products. For me, it's an investment because in the long term, all of the things that I ended up spending money on ended up being an investment because I'm able to do my hair at my own time, at my own pace, whenever I want. I don't have to wait for the person in the salon, make an appointment. It's just more simple to me. But for you, it might be an expense because maybe you don't have the time to spend doing your hair for 3 hours every week or every other day, depending on how frequent you do it, and you rather go to a salon because you can take advantage and do other things. So here's what we're gonna this is what we're gonna mention today: just simple things that I personally have done, and I have identified that they are investments rather than expenses. And also I want to share with you the general categories that I think everyone should focus and try to analyze and ask your question: is this an expense or is it an investment for me? The first category that we have is beauty and skincare. Yes, this is mostly gonna apply to girls, but if you're a boy or a man that's watching this video, just put the examples to yourself or how it applies to you. So obviously for women, beauty and skincare is one of the highest spends category. Whether you go to get your nails done, your eyebrows done, your lashes done, your hair done, if you go for laser treatments, all of the things and cosmetic procedures that we women do are really expensive. So here's my recommendations. You are going to ask yourself a question when making beauty and healthcare decisions: is this an investment or is this an expense? Like I mentioned before, mostly do all of my skincare and beauty related things by myself. I have things that I still go into a salon to do it. For example, my eyebrows. I haven't mastered the art of doing my eyebrows, so I actually have to go in an eyebrow place where they do it. But maybe for you, you're able to do it yourself, and that's totally fine. So just analyze which things you probably could be saving a little bit more money at home, and other things that you might need to like the salon, because obviously it's just best for you and it's economically smarter for you to just go to another person to do it for yourself. Women can spend ranging from $60 to $1,000 going to any of these treatments. So it's a huge expense that in the short term we don't think about it. Oh, it's just $60 to get my hair done, but imagine that you have to get it every 2 weeks or every week because of your job. So in the long term, this is actually a lot. Things from my life that I changed: I do my hair by myself. Yes, initially I had to make a huge expense of buying hair care products, a hair tool to do my hair. It was expensive initially, but in the long term, it actually has paid itself off because yes, I had to buy a really expensive hair tool because I wanted the best for my hair and I buy the best hair products. But in the long term, I have the flexibility, like I mentioned before. I'm able to do it anytime, any place. Same with my nails. I have my own gels. I do my nails by myself. Right now, they're not done, but usually I do them and it turns out perfect. And also, it's like a sort of therapy for me. I do at home laser. Everything related to my beauty and skincare, I do it. So it's something that for me, it is initial expense, but it ends up being an investment because I have that flexibility and that control that I really like. But for you, like I said before, might not be an investment, but an expense. There are so many products out there that, oh, because we saw a video, do you actually need that latest moisturizer that everybody's talking about? Probably not. Your skin only cares about ingredients. Obviously, you just need three simple things for your routine: you need a good cleanser, you need a moisturizer, and you need SPF. And if you're an aging or getting older, there are two main ingredients that every woman needs, which is retinol and vitamin C. That's it. You just need the right percentages and the quality ingredients. You don't need whatever brand, you just need to have access to those specific tiny details that apply to you, and that's it. And if you already have it, you don't have to change it just because you saw a video. Oh, this is the best vitamin C. No, you don't need that vitamin C. You don't need it. Don't buy it. Trust me. Just stick to what you have. If it's already working for you, that's all. That's everything that you need. And of course, if you want to try something or you want to buy something new, just what I do is that I make a list of things I need and things I want. I buy all of the things I need because the name says it itself. I need them. And then the things that I want, I leave them there for a couple of months until I decide to treat myself with one of those things that I would like to try eventually. Then we're talking about other daily expenses, and this includes groceries, buying appliances for your home, buying cleaning supplies, or any other thing that you need for your home. First thing, I mentioned it before. Making a list, it's so powerful, especially when you go to the supermarket or when you go to buy anything. If you go without an actual purpose of buying something, you're gonna end up buying everything but the thing you wanted. And I bet this has happened to you at some point in your life. So please trust me on this one. When you have to buy something, make a list when you go to the supermarket, make a list when you go to buy things for your home, make a list when you want to buy something for yourself, and then determine whether you actually need it or it's a want. And also ask yourself the question again. Ask yourself, is this an investment or is this an expense? And then based on that, determine whether you want it or not. In this category, since it's so variable, you can think about things carefully and thoroughly. For example, things that you might think for some people are is an expense, maybe buying a new bag. Yes, in a way it could be an expense, but if you buy the right bag, maybe it can be an investment. For example, for me, I have a Longchamp, which I already mentioned so many times in this channel. But for me, that bag has been an investment because I actually use it every time that I need to go out. That's my number one bag choice. So the cost per use is already negatives in the negatives. I already use it so many times that I've gotten my money's worth 20x. So obviously for me, this was an investment because I have a bag that I needed one. I can use it immensely and combine it so much. So for me, that was an investment. So find your things in your daily expenses or things that you want to buy that can turn into investments, and try to maximize your expenses and maybe turn in expenses into investments. Health and wellness. I know this is a very delicate topic, but the first thing that I want to say is prevention is the best investment that you can make in yourself. So, obviously, go to your doctor. The cheapest doctor's visit is the one that you didn't need, because you go to the doctor, try just getting a generalized checkup and just getting everything in order and making sure and making all of your preventive screening. This is gonna be your cheapest visit, because if you never go to the doctor, by the time that you need to go, it's already too late, or it's gonna be extremely expensive. Obviously, there are things that happen that are unexpected, but of course, these are just like specific scenarios, but mostly most things can be prevented if you go in time. So, number one, go to your doctor's appointments. This is the best investment that you can make in yourself. It's tedious, maybe think you're wasting time, but probably you'll just end up gaining more life and more time. Then, another health investment that might seem like an expense, maybe you need to exercise, but you might need to pay group classes or pay the gym membership because that's what works for you. For some people, this is an expense, but maybe for you, this is an investment because going to the gym actually motivates you, or joining a running club, or joining a group class for Pilates, yoga, or any other type of exercise that you like. So for some people, it's bearable, but for you, it might be an investment and it's actually something that you need, because obviously moving and doing some sort of exercise can actually help boost and improve your health overall. As well, pay attention to your diet. So like we said before, what I was saying about going to the supermarket, make a list, prioritize your protein, prioritize everything that you input to your body. And also, it's really important that you try to avoid to buy things outside. So avoid delivery, avoid buying so many things that you really don't need related to food. You don't need every supplement that you hear out there, that you hear people saying and raving about. You don't need it. You don't need every single supplement that you hear outside. No, take it from me, you don't need it. First of all, before starting any supplementations, you need to go to your doctor because you might be taking vitamin D, but you actually don't need it, for example. So just make sure that you do that first step related to your health, and invest yourself and go into a health appointment. Then based on that, determine what do you need. Sometimes you we jump into the supplement recommendations, but you don't actually need that. Maybe you're having sleep issues and you start taking melatonin and magnesium, but actually your main problem is that you don't have a sleep routine, you don't have follow the steps of sleep hygiene. So this is what's causing your difficulty to sleep, not that you need medication. Having that into consideration is very important. You don't need every supplement on the planet. You might need specific supplements, but make sure to go to your provider before starting any supplementation. Another health related investment is investing in your mental health. Obviously, if you need to go to a therapist, if you have any mental health diagnosis, please pay attention to that. If you are struggling with any diagnosis, go to a therapist, seek help, ask someone for assistance, because you can be 100% in your organic health, but if your mental health is not, you're never going to be okay. You're never going to be able to feel your best. So please pay attention to this. This is something that we don't pay attention as frequent, but it's one of the important parts. Mental health is part of an individual's health. So if you're not, you could be socially, economically, organically healthy, but if your mental health is not stable, you're not going to feel okay. So please seek help. And if you're someone struggling, please seek assistance and work towards this because it's really important. The next section is mental health and productivity. In this specific area, we're not going to touch topics on any mental health diagnosis, but we're going to talk about something that is decision fatigue. What could be an investment in this area? Make your life simple. You are ready since the moment that you open your eyes. You have to make so many decisions, and the more decisions you make is the more time that you spend thinking. And obviously, that time that you spend thinking, making a decision, is time wasted that you could have invested in something else. So just make your life simple. There's so many people that they use the same outfit every day, the same things every day, just to make their life simple. Maybe this is not something that works for you, but maybe preparing your outfits the night before and having it displayed and ready, making your breakfast, lunch, dinner, prep it, meal prep, ingredient prep. There's so many things that you can do to optimize your life and avoid decision fatigue that could actually potentially help you invest your time in other things and make your life simple. There are also other tools that you can use. For example, you can use Notion, you can use Canva, you can use AI. AI can be your best friend. Maybe before you spend the 20 minutes doing a presentation, now you can do it with AI. So use all of the resources available that can make your life simple and avoid you having decision fatigue. All of these changes are gonna end up just boosting your productivity exponentially, which is what we want, because the less time that you spend doing tasks that might feel mundane or that you might not want to do, you can use all of that time into other things that can make you money, increase your knowledge, and just increase your overall happiness and productivity. Another thing related to boosting your happiness is vacation or traveling. So I 100% recommend you taking breaks. Working hard is amazing, but relaxing and having vacations, it's one of the best things that you can ever have. Obviously, in this section, things you might think this is an expense, but it actually is an investment, depending on how you do it, because obviously don't go crazy and spend all of your money. Obviously, before you plan any trip, make sure to plan it yourself, to take time. Don't leave it for last minute so you can get the best deals, the best prices, the best location. Use AI. AI can make you a plan for your next vacation that actually can optimize your budget. Set a budget for your vacation, but do take it, because obviously we work so hard. You need to vacate hard too. And then the next category is career and income. Of course, your career is an investment. There are some things in your career that might be expenses, but obviously we're not gonna cover this in this video. But most of the things related to your career is investment, because obviously all of this knowledge, and maybe there are some tools that you can use for your career. This is where I say that not all of the things in your career are investments. There are some that are expenses because maybe you're thinking, oh, I want to start this specific project. Do you actually need certain things that you're thinking about? Maybe not. Maybe what you already have is enough. So every time that you upgrade something in your career, ask yourself the question: is this an investment or is this an expense? And then you make the decision. But obviously, educating yourself, it's so important. Right now we have so many resources. We have even YouTube, we have AI, we have books. There's so many things that you can use to boost your knowledge and boost your career. That is just amazing. And I think we're living one of the best times in life in which we have so many information and resources, and the cost, it's either free or very low. And I don't think the future is gonna look this way. And obviously your income. So once you boost your career knowledge, find what it's called compounding knowledge. So I am a doctor, but I know about YouTube editing and not about social media. So this is a compound knowledge that right now I'm not monetizing YouTube, but eventually and hopefully I will. So obviously I have my doctor's degree, but also I know how to do other things which could eventually make me money. So right now, if you have any knowledge that you can monetize, just do it. If you know how to sew, if you know how to crochet, if you know how to paint, if even if it's not related to your main career, it doesn't really matter. If as long as you enjoy it and can give you an extra source of income, that's just great. Just try it. It's not gonna hurt you. And finally, we have hobbies. You're gonna think, how is a hobby an investment? Haha, that's where I'm gonna that's where I come and tell you. Obviously, initially a hobby is gonna boost your mental health because hobbies are usually something that you enjoy. So it's gonna boost your dopamine and it's gonna help you feel better. But also they have the potential to eventually turn into income because you might have a hobby that might turn into income. So that's something that you could potentially look into. But the main point of including hobbies in this video is that they can actually be an investment because they are going to increase your happiness and could end up increasing your income. So it would be really cool that you start a new hobby this year. For example, for me, I've tried crocheting, which I haven't finished yet. I've tried painting, which is something that I started recently, and I'm going to insert a picture here so you can see it. And also, I started cross stitching, which I need to finish my project still, and that's one of the recommendations. I know there are so many hobbies recommendations, and maybe you want to try them all, but stick to one and finish it, or test it and see if you like it, because you don't want to spend. Let's say when I started trying to paint, if I bought Canva, a professional kit, and I spent all of this money just for a hobby that I didn't end up doing, that's not smart. That's not the point of this video. But if I actually just went and bought a small kit, they try it, oh, I like it, and then from that, keep going and keep growing your hobby, buying more things as you go. So start small and then invest more in your hobbies, and maybe you can monetize them. But the main point of hobbies is that the same as vacations, these are gonna boost your mental health, this is gonna boost your productivity, it's gonna make you feel better, and it's just a relaxing time that you need in your life if it's really stressful. Think about each category that I mentioned because you might need to invest in some apps or some devices that for some people might be an expense, but for you is an investment. For example, for me, a Kindle it was an investment because instead of me buying 10, 20, 30 books, $10 each, I just bought one time a device that was $100 and I can have infinite books at my convenience anytime. Maybe I pay for some apps that for you is an expense, but for me it's an investment because it actually saved me some time. It saved me so much time that for me sort of worth it. The same for any other areas that I mentioned in this video: skincare tools, healthcare tools, daily life tools, my clothing, my bags, everything. I just try to choose things as wisely as possible, and I always ask myself the question: is this an investment or is this an expense? So we have come to the end of this video. I really hope that you like it and you got the main idea. And just let me know if you like this type of videos. Please make sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe. And remember, just a simple question that you need to ask yourself: does this return something to me or not? So thank you for watching and see you in the next video. Bye.